President Trump has suggested his plan for Gaza. It's getting a lot of attention at the moment. His plan is to move all the Palestinians from Gaza, which is presently devastated, to new homes somewhere else, where they can be guaranteed shelter, safety, work, food, and an education for their kids. But does he know that this tragedy was done before? Not to the Palestinians, but to the Jews. Back in 587 BC, Jerusalem was destroyed by a powerful king called Nebuchadnezzar the Great. He then put into place a strategy where he moved most of the inhabitants to Babylon, where they were guaranteed shelter, safety, work, food, and an education for their kids. The story of 3 of those kids are recorded. Their names are Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Their story is about how they managed to stay true to their culture and religion despite being educated and employed in the Babylonian public service. And God's intervention when they were about to be thrown into a fiery furnace for not bowing down to Nebuchadnezzar's image. Evidently, he was a leader with a very big ego. History tells us Nebuchadnezzar's strategy was successful, temporarily at least, until his empire was overthrown 48 years later in 539 BC by King Cyrus the Great of Persia, who promptly supported the Jews into returning to their homeland. Though no doubt many Jews were integrated into Babylonian society during their exile, it didn't result in extinguishing the majority's desire. Many still longed for their homeland. Their longing to be saved from their exile is recorded in Psalm 137 of the Hebrew Bible and the Christian Old Testament. Psalm 137's 9 verses paint a scene of captors mourning by the rivers of Babylon, mocked by their captors. It expresses a vow to remember Jerusalem even in exile and closes with fantasies of vengeance against the oppressors. This Hebrew poem deals with the exile that will be remembered by the Jews each year at a time they call Tisha B'Av. Being a song or psalm, it has often been put to music and sung as an anthem of oppressed and subjugated people, including African Americans and Jews. Kind of ironic that many African Americans now support Trump's actions, as do the Jews. In my day, it was sung by the R&B reggae disco group Boney M and was a smash hit in 1978. Yeah, I know, almost ancient history too. If you want to hear it, I've left the address to the link in the description below. For copyright reasons, I don't think I can play it to you directly. The psalm itself says, "By the rivers of Babylon, we sat and wept, when we remembered Zion. There on the poplars we hung our harps, for there our captors asked us for songs. Our tormentors demanded songs of joy. They said, 'Sing us one of the songs of Zion.' How can we sing the songs of the Lord while in a foreign land? If I forget you, Jerusalem, may my right hand forget its skill. May my tongue cling to the roof of my mouth. If I do not remember you, if I do not consider Jerusalem my highest joy. Remember, Lord, what the Edomites did on the day Jerusalem fell. Tear it down, they cried. Tear it down to its foundations. Daughter Babylon, doomed to destruction. Happy is the one who repays you, according to what you have done to us. Happy is the one who seizes your infants and dashes them against the rocks." Wow, pretty strong words in the psalm, but I suppose they are indicative of the feeling you get when you destroy a people's home and then remove them to a foreign place by force. It was during this exile that Daniel, another young person educated by the Babylonians, had a night vision. Let me tell you how he describes it. "I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him, and there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed." It seems this Son of Man was going to be central in establishing an alternative and permanent kingdom to that of the Babylonians. Interestingly, Jesus claimed to be this Son of Man, at a time when most thought his claim of all people, nations and languages serving him was, well, ludicrous. I mean, he was up for trial, about to be executed. But look at the Christian faith today. Later, another great conqueror called Napoleon said about Jesus, Alexander, Caesar, Charlemagne, and myself founded empires. But on what did we rest the creations of our genius? Upon sheer force. Jesus Christ alone founded his empire upon love, and at this hour millions of men will die for him. One thing for certain, other than the many charities and churches trying to support those suffering on both sides, there seems little love between the protagonists. So it confuses me while even American Christians would support Trump in what is again an act of force in displacing millions of people. It'll be interesting to see if Trump's idea will get up. But to be fair, he has surprised us before. So the question is, will history repeat itself? Or is the real answer for all to decide to join the kingdom Jesus leads? Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. And God bless.